What's up, Vikings Nation? Welcome back to the channel. Victor here, and man, I've been spending the whole weekend trying to process what happened, because we're living through that mix of gut punch and hope right now, you know? Saturday, we finally got our first real taste of this offense with Kyler Murray under center against the Giants, and honestly, there was a lot of good stuff. Aaron Jones and Jason Mason were literally tearing up the Giants' defense. Miles Price looked like a legit problem, hauling in a one-handed touchdown, and Jax Ward basically took Jackson Dart out of the game with that blitz. We had a lot to celebrate, guys. But in the middle of all that, we lost an important player. And it wasn't just anybody. It was one of the names that generated the most hype this camp, a guy we knew was going to have a huge role on our defense this year. He went down with no contact at all and had to be carted off the field. And I'm not gonna lie, my stomach dropped watching that. And now, this Monday, the official news is out, and it's bad. It's really bad. We're talking about an injury that could end his season. But I'm not gonna say the name yet because I want you to watch the whole video to find out exactly who it is, what happened, and the massive impact this is going to have on the rest of the year. So stick around till the end, because this news changes everything. Before we move on, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We're so close to hitting 6,000 subscribers, and I really want to close out that goal with this Vikings family we've built together. Drop a like too. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it. Saturday against the Giants. 13-10 win, sure, but that's not really what preseason week 1 is about, right? It's about what we saw. And honestly, guys, there's a lot to unpack here. Let's start with the offense, because this is where I got genuinely excited. Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason, 6 carries between them, 44 yards. That's 7.3 yards a pop. I know, it's preseason, it's backups on the other side sometimes, but that kind of efficiency, that's exactly what we've been begging this offense to have for years. If that rushing attack even comes close to that pace in the regular season, it changes everything for Kyler Murray. It takes the pressure off him immediately. And speaking of pass catchers, can we talk about Miles Price for a second? Everybody's been talking Ty Felton all summer, and look, Felton's earned that hype, but Price went out there Saturday and just showed up. 4 catches, 51 yards, a touchdown, he caught with literally one hand. One hand! He's already proven himself as a returner, and now it looks like he might be carving out a real role as a receiver too. I'm not saying forget about Felton, I'm saying this receiver room might be deeper than we thought. Now, on defense, Jay Ward. Man, I loved this. End of the first quarter, he comes in on a blitz and just lays out Jackson Dart. Dart had to leave the game to get checked out. With Harrison Smith's future still in the air, guys like Ward stepping up and making plays like that, that's exactly the kind of thing that builds confidence in this secondary. Now, here's where I gotta be honest with you, because I'm not just gonna sit here and only tell you the good stuff. J.J. McCarthy did not have a good day. 4 of 7, 34 yards, no touchdowns. And it wasn't just the stat line, it was the way he looked out there. Hesitant, like he was trying to make the perfect throw instead of just trusting his reads and letting it rip. Look, it's one preseason game, I'm not writing the guy off, but if he was hoping to make a real case for taking that QB1 job back from Murray, this wasn't it. And then, there's the other side of Saturday, the side that doesn't really have a winner attached to it. Because in the middle of the first half, we saw a veteran defender go down, no contact, nothing dirty, just stumbled and hit the turf and had to be carted off. And in the moment, watching it happen live, you could just feel the energy in the stadium shift. That MetLife turf has not been kind to visiting teams over the years, and unfortunately, it looks like it claimed another victim. Now look, in the moment, all we had was speculation. It didn't look good, but nobody wanted to jump to conclusions before the team actually came out with something official. Well, Monday came and the Vikings did come out with something official. And guys, I gotta tell you, what they announced is a lot bigger than just one injury update. It affects the entire safety room, it affects who's stepping up this season, and it even led to a corresponding roster move. So stick with me because we need to talk about exactly what the team confirmed, what it means for this defense going forward, and who's stepping up to fill that void.
Okay, so remember that non-contact injury I told you about? It's official now, guys, and it's exactly as bad as we were afraid of. On Monday, the Vikings announced that Jamal Adams is going to miss the entire 2026 season. He's officially on injured reserve. It's a torn right quadriceps tendon.
Before I get further into this, real quick, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and drop a like. We're chasing 6,000 subscribers on this channel, and every single one of you helps us get there. Okay, back to it. So let's talk about how this actually happened. Early second quarter, Adams is out there in pass coverage, and he just stumbles. Nobody touched him. He goes down, grabs his knee, and ends up getting carted straight to the locker room. And that's honestly the worst kind of injury to see as a fan, right? Because when it's a big hit, you almost brace for it. But a non-contact injury like this, that just feels cruel. And here's what makes this one sting even more for me. Coach O'Connell came out and said he was crushed for Adams, that we're gonna miss him. And you could tell that wasn't just coach speak. This is a guy who signed with Minnesota right before training camp, in part because of his relationship with GM Nolan Teasley from their Seattle days. He moved from linebacker to safety just a week into camp, switched his number, and was getting heavy first-team reps in that 3-safety package. This man was building something with his defense. He was becoming part of the plan. And honestly, if you followed Adams' career at all, this hurts on a different level too. This is a former All-Pro we're talking about. But injuries have just haunted the back half of his career. 1 game in 2022, 9 in 2023, 5 in 2024. He finally strung together a full, healthy season last year with the Raiders, and it looked like he was building momentum right when he got to Minnesota. Now that's gone again. For a 30-year-old vet trying to prove he still got it, that's brutal. Now, on the roster side, life moves fast in the NFL, and the Vikings didn't waste any time. They signed cornerback Bryce Phillips, an undrafted rookie out of San Diego State. He'd actually signed with Kansas City first, but got waived when the Chiefs brought in Emmanuel Ogbah. So now he lands here in Minnesota, and suddenly he's got a real opportunity to make some noise in that secondary. So let's bring this all together, guys, because I think when you put Saturday's game and Monday's news side by side, it tells you a lot about where this team actually stands right now. On one hand, I'm genuinely encouraged. That run game looked live. Miles Price might be a legit weapon we didn't even know we had. Jay Ward is making winning plays on defense. There's real reason for hope here. But on the other hand, we can't ignore the safety room took a real hit. Losing a player with Adams' experience, even in a backup or rotational role, thins out the depth in a spot that matters. It puts more pressure on names like Jay Ward to step up consistently, and it opens the door for a total unknown in Bryce Phillips to prove himself fast. So, is this a good moment or a scary moment for the Vikings? Honestly, it's both. It's that classic preseason mix of hope and heartbreak. The offense is showing flashes that get you excited for the season, but the injury bug already reared its head, and now depth is going to be tested before week 1 even kicks off. As a fan, all I can say is, I'm not panicking. Injuries happen every single preseason, and next man up is the name of the game in this league. But I am watching that safety room closely from here on out. Alright guys, that's what I got for you today. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, let's get this channel to 6,000 together, and I'll see you in the next one. Skol.